ever sleep?
Sleep is for girls. Besides, I have to stay alert. See, the whole world is out to get me. Somebody's sneaking up on me.
Well, somebody is.
You want to say that again?
I'm afraid I owe you an apology after what I've seen tonight. I know that you're not being paranoid. Blair is up to something. I mean, big time. And if we want to stop her, I think we have to move now.
See, you thought that I was paranoid, but everybody is out to get me.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Blair's out to get me. Well, that's no real surprise.
So this is new information. I saw something really weird just now while I was taking a walk along the waterfront.
You were walking along the waterfront?
Yeah.
This time of night? Alone?
I wasn't alone.
Oh. Well, so you're just walking along getting some air with who? All right. Whoever. And you say you saw something really weird. What, like a big squid came out of the water and...
Scarier than that. I saw Blair on the deck of Ian's yacht.
Well, this is no surprise. I already said that.
You knew?
Yeah, I went down there earlier.
Why?
Look, we had this argument before. I told you there was something going on with Ian and Blair, and then I asked you to go down there, stick your nose in there.
You didn't ask, you demanded.
Right, you told me where to put that. So I went down there by myself, and I saw Blair and Ian making out.
Oh, poor Ian.
He wasn't struggling.
Did you, while you were in her clutches?
No. But look, anyway, you said you saw something weird, right? So far, all you've said is that Blair has Ian in her hooks.
No, there's something else. Blair and Ian had visitors. She was on deck waiting for them to show, and then they followed her into the cabin. I'm pretty sure it was a business meeting.
Because?
Because I recognized some of the people, and they all worked for the Sun.
No.
I'm positive.
So Ian comes to me, he tells me he wants to buy my newspaper. I tell him to take a hike. Only he won't take no for an answer. He goes to talk to my ex, and she organizes a meeting of all of my employees on his boat. Wait, is that why Blair's been skulking around, huh? Is she trying to organize some kind of a coup?
That's the way it seems to me. So, how are we gonna stop her?
Whoa, we? You're confusing me here. I'm confused. We had an argument, I remember, a few hours ago. You walked out of here, and you were very clear. You said that we did not have a relationship, that there was no we. So which is it now, huh? You want to explain to me what's going on?
So does that help?
No. Yeah.
Okay, so what are we trying to figure out?
Go again with the we. Okay, I don't know about we, but what I'm doing, I'm trying to figure out why Blair had a midnight meeting of my key employees on Ian's boat. I mean, no matter how you slice it, that's bad. Who did you recognize?
Alan Needleman from sales, Henry Ferro from promotion, Vivian Ramos.
All the department heads. Was Briggs there?
If so, I didn't see him.
So Blair is organizing the revolution. You know, that's not even the real mystery here.
Well, what is?
You know, I asked you very nicely to go check out what's going on with Blair and Ian, and you blow a gasket.
You didn't ask, you demanded.
Yeah, and you went AWOL. And now you're back waiting for more orders. I mean, what's up with that?
Well, when you issued the order, sir, you were rude, arrogant, and overbearing. And I thought you were being paranoid.
I don't remember being rude.
Oh, funny, you never do. Well, now I know that you're not being paranoid. Blair is on the warpath.
And this would matter to you, why? Because of your bonus?
I don't follow.
I promised you a big chunk of change if you could stay married to me for 1 year. All right, if Blair and Ian take the Sun away from me, that's going to put a big dent in my net worth, and you can kiss your bonus goodbye.
No, this isn't about money at all. It's personal. Between Blair and me. If she's up to some kind of trouble, takeover, some kind of petty revenge, I want to stop her dead in her tracks.
And all she did was push you out of a window.
That window wasn't high enough. I survived, and I'll make her live to regret it.
You're scary.
Coming from you, that's a compliment, right?
Yeah. I'm just glad that we're on the same side. I think.
You don't make it easy.
Well, good. Oh, what fun would easy be? All right, so what do we know? We know that Blair had a meeting of all of my key employees on Ian's boat.
Right.
There's gotta be somebody we can call, somebody tell me what's going on, somebody I could trust.
Briggs?
I'll call Briggs.
It's late, Todd. The man has a life.
Well, I pay him too much for him to have his own life.
Let it wait till the morning. You cannot call Briggs in the middle of the night.
Is this an order, or are you asking me? Because that sounded like an order.
Todd, I had to come. I know what Blair's up to, and I know everything. Blair doesn't care about anybody but Blair.
Well, what else is new?
She cannot stand the fact that Ian is attracted to me. So naturally, she has to prove that she can wrap him around her little finger. That's what she said. And Max Holden turned it into a joke. The takeover of Ian. Like he's a piece of real estate.
Expensive real estate.
What was Blair doing with Max Holden?
They both want Ian's money. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Me, you, Ian. As long as Blair gets what she wants, she's happy. She's a snake.
Okay. What exactly does Blair want?
I told you, Ian's money. And she is pretending to act like she's helping him get what he wants. But he's swallowing her bowl. He thinks that she's doing business with him, but he's getting the business.
Well, this is fascinating.
What is Blair using to bait her hook?
The sun! And she has figured out a way that Ian can steal it right from under you.
That's it? Blair's after the sun? I already knew that.
I happened to be on the docks tonight, and I saw some key Sun personnel leaving Ian's yacht. Do you know what went on at that meeting?
Well, I can tell you that Max and Blair were congratulating themselves about it.
About what? Making Ian look like a fool?
Ian isn't a fool.
Oh, think again. You see, I paid a little unexpected visit to your boyfriend, and Blair was giving him mouth-to-mouth. Or maybe it was a kiss. Hard to tell.
I know about that, Blair. Explain that to Max. But look, I don't know Ian's side of the story, okay? I don't know, maybe I jumped the gun.
Oh, sure, yeah. And it probably is strictly business. It's just a new way I don't know about it, how to seal a contract.
Todd, you don't know Ian like I do.
Yeah, or Blair does by now.
Look, obviously, Blair is pulling out all the stops, but anyone can see Ian is crazy about you.
I don't worry about Ian. I worry about Blair. Every time I look around, she's draping herself all over him. She doesn't fight fair.
Of course not. Otherwise, she wouldn't stand a chance.
You know, Ian keeps telling me he's on to her, but I don't see him doing anything to stop her.
Men think they can handle women like Blair. We know different.
Blair is using the sun to trap him. Why can't he see that?
You'll help him see it. Stop her in her tracks. How? Keep her from delivering on her promise. Then Ian will have no reason to continue this business charade. Bye-bye, Blair.
Okay. I'll tell you what went on at that meeting. Apparently, Ian has offered everyone a 10% raise plus a profit-sharing plan if they leave the Sun and join forces with him and Blair.
So that's it.
For those incentives, I'd leave.
Blair said that they could start a new paper or they just buy the Sun, what's left of it.
Well, who was at this meeting? Was Briggs there?
I don't know who Briggs is. But the way Blair was acting, she was quite confident that most of your people will take them up on their offer. She was very smug, and I bet this isn't even her plan. This more sounds like Max Holden. But I'm sure she's taking credit for it for Ian's sake.
Well, if so, she'll have to take the blame for it when it fails.
I got work to do.
Don't worry. We will keep Blair from digging her claws any deeper into Ian or the Sun. It's good you came.
Well, I had to do something.
You're doing this for Ian. You're saving him, really, okay?
And I'm glad you understand.
I do, believe me. Good night.
greedy, money-grubbing drones! Fine, they deserve Blair. I'll take her heart and I'll throw it to all of them. I'll tear it into little pieces and stick it down her throat. Oh, she knows what this paper means to me, and she's gonna use it to break me. I'll break her! I'll squash her! I'll bloody her! Blair has declared war. And when it's over and I've won, she will be dead.
No, Todd.
Fine, forget it. And you know, I don't want her dead. If she's dead, I won't have the pleasure of hearing her scream. Fine, this is the first thing I do. I figure I went to that meeting and I fire all of them.
Oh, that's a good idea. Send them straight to Ian and Blair.
Briggs wasn't there. I know he wasn't there. Okay, some of the department heads that were stupid enough to go, but they can't all walk out on me.
Why not? You've practically invited them to hate you. Why would they feel any loyalty whatsoever?
Because I pay them every Friday.
Money isn't enough.
Oh, apparently not. You walk out on me on a regular basis.
When it comes to interpersonal communication, you have all the tact of a sledgehammer. Hey. There's an art to management.
Oh, give me some credit. Don't you see? There's a reason that I manage the way I manage.
You're a sadist?
Well, no. Those little workers, they need a common enemy to unite them. I'm it.
Congratulations.
Fine. It's time for Plan B. I'm gonna chain them all to their desks.
There's only one thing that might keep them from deserting you in droves.
Fine. You say loyalty. I'll throw up on your shoes.
Money.
You said money wasn't enough.
You'll have to up the ante until it is. Because that's all you have to offer.
You want me to reward them for their treachery? You know, if I had known that it would cost me this much, I might actually have tried to be nice to them.
Oh, I seriously doubt that.
Fine. I'll give them what they want. I'll give them what Blair and Ian will give them. I'll give them the 10% and I'll give them the profit sharing. I can't give them the profit sharing. It means they'll have some say in what I do with my newspaper.
It was in their offer, which you not only have to match, you have to beat by a mile.
It's inflationary, and Blair knew that. That bleeding heart liberal. God, she always wanted to coddle the employee and care for them, and oh, this is gonna cost me. Boy, she's gonna pay.
Yeah, but first you have to pay, and pay generously.
I run a newspaper. It is not a charity.
Well, you won't have any newspaper left. Look, don't think about it. Just do it. Spend the money.
Fine. I'll bring it up at the regular staff meeting tomorrow.
Todd?
Hey, look, if I do it now, somebody might tip off Blair and I lose all my leverage.
That's true. I'm sorry.
Kind of scares me when you change your mind that fast.
Well, when it comes to tactics, you are a master. It's just people you have trouble with.
Well, so I guess now I'm supposed to say that I'm glad that you were here when Kelly showed up.
If I helped, I'm glad.
Don't tell me you want a raise, too.
All I want is to keep Blair from taking over our lives. Our common enemy. If your theory is true, maybe she can finally unite this family. Right here.
Saw the door to your room was open.
So you thought I'd left?
No. Just wondered what you were doing up so early.
Remember when you said you wanted to build a fortress around Star to protect her from all comers?
Yeah, all comers named Blair.
Well, I've spent most of the night doing the same for the sun. Here. All you have to do is refer to those notes during your counter-proposal to your staff at the meeting this morning. I guarantee you not one employee will quit.
Well, pitch could be dynamite. I don't think the serfs are going to go for that outfit, though.
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, I think you better go upstairs, get yourself, all done up.
Are you saying you want me at the meeting?
No, I want you to stand there with your ear next to the window and listen, because I'm going to be yelling. Yeah, you're going to the meeting. Now, get out of that thing, whatever it is, and go put on a power suit. Now!
You'd better bone up on your people skills. Now. Because if you speak to your serfs the way you speak to me, remember, I've been up all night. No bonus package, no matter how fat, will convince them to stay. And if there's a mass exit, you can kiss your newspaper bye-bye.
Mr. Manning, ready for the meeting? Yeah, get in here. Farrow, Ramos, Needleman, come on.
Excuse me, will Mrs. Manning be staying?
Yes, as a matter of fact, she will.
Yeah, but this is going to be a little different than our usual meetings, Briggs. I want you to call the department heads, all the area supervisors, all the shop stewards. Get them up here.
Right now?
No, faster than that. See, I just got wind of a late-breaking story, a big one, and I want the whole gang here so that they can hear how I'm going to handle the situation. Okay, here's the deal. Any of you try and stab me in the back, I'll hunt you down like the miserable pigs you are and tear your hearts out.
What Mr. Manning's saying is he knows competitive pressures exist in any business and that employees are, on occasion, offered tempting career opportunities elsewhere, but that it would deeply disappoint him if any of you were wooed away.
Right, what she said. So if any of you are thinking of splitting, it's just not gonna happen.
In other words, the Sun is prepared to ensure that its loyal employees are happy and well compensated.
Right. You see, the thing is, I'm about to kick the banner right where it hurts, and I'm not going to let any of you screw it up, because I'm on a roll.
Mr. Manning's point, of course, is that while he readily acknowledges that he's not the easiest publisher to work for, his priority is to have all of you share in the future success of the Sun. Tell them how.
You all get a big raise.
By how much, did you say?
12.5%, plus profit sharing and an extra week of vacation. There. Did I do that right?
I believe you didn't mention the daycare facility.
Gimme. Yeah, it says right here, daycare facility right in the building, open all hours for all employees so your loved ones will be near and dear. There. Everybody happy?
Mr. Manning, this is a very generous offer.
You're telling me.
But I think there's one question we all have.
What?
What is it you want from us in return?
What do I want?
There's nothing sinister or even mysterious about it. Mr. Manning is simply making you a better offer than you'd receive from any other publisher. All he asks in return is your signature on a 2-year binding contract.
So come on, who's first? Come on, I got a paper to put out, and the fact is, nobody's gonna give you more money for you to do your little jobs than I am. Okay, go away. And thank you for your loyalty. My door is always open. Great meeting, huh?
Yeah, it went very well.
Briggs, I don't think I saw you sign a contract.
Well, it was very crowded in here.
Yeah, well, now it's just us, so knock yourself out.
This is what I call personalized service.
Oh, well, a pampered staff is a happy staff. You need a pen?
No, I got one.
Do you remember how to use it? Ah, well, there we go. You see all these grumblings about me being a lousy boss, and I managed to knock them out in one morning. The next 2 years, anyway.
Well, you must be very pleased.
Uh-huh. Briggs.
Yes?
Yeah, you remember what I said about people who try and stab me in the back?
That would be hard to forget.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't forget it. You see, if it turns out that you know more about this other offer than you're copping to, I'm going to be very unhappy.
I don't know what other offer you mean. Honestly, I don't.
You don't play poker, do you?
No.
Didn't think so. I'm just warning you, that's all. You see, if it turns out that you had anything to do with me almost losing my employees, well, you'll be mopping the press room floor for the next 2 years. And just for kicks, I'll make you do it in heels. Have a nice day. Oh, I think that went very well.
Like gangbusters.
Well, I knew it would all come together.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, as soon as I opened my mouth.
Oh.
And you say I don't have a way with people.
Not to dampen the master motivator's spirits, but what went on here today was only a chapter, not the whole story. And definitely not the last chapter.
You're no fun.
Well, I'd rather be right.
And you are right. Blair's gonna be back as soon as she's done licking her wounds. She's a lot of things, but she's not a quitter.
You were a good match. But we are too. When and whatever Blair's next stunt is, we'll be ready for it. I guarantee you.
Convicted felons shouldn't be allowed to carry weapons.
That's just a little pocket knife. I think it comes in handy. You know, I was thinking about getting one for each of my employees, just to show them how glad I am that they're all still on board. Maybe I'll get you one, Blair. You know, as a consolation prize.
I would be very careful, Todd. One of those gifts just might end up in your back.
Well, you ought to know.
I don't know what you're trying to prove here. You've had your fun, and I've had enough. So leave.
Not until I make one thing perfectly clear. You owe me.
I don't owe you anything.
Oh, no. Think again. You see, you have no idea how much it cost me, that little offer that you made to try and get all of my employees to defect.
There you go again. Delusions.
12.5% on top of the 10 that you offered, plus profit sharing, a frickin' daycare center. And the worst thing is that I actually have people working for me now who might think I'm a nice guy.
Trust me, Todd, nobody's that stupid.
No, you trust me. You are going to give me back every penny that you took from me, one way or another. Now, what is going on with Ian Armitage? Now, you know, I know that you and Max didn't cook up this little deal just to stick it to me. I know that you want to become Mrs. Britt. Tell me, how's that going? Is that going all right? Oh, come on, go ahead, ask. I know you're dying to find out how I figured all this out.
You're right. So why don't you just rub my nose in it and tell me?
Not on your life. But you should know that your enemies don't always have your best interest in mind. Now, you disappointed me, Blair. That was a slimy little maneuver. And it was stupid, you know? I mean, all that work that you did to try and get visitation rights to my child. Our child. Pretty stupid to just jeopardize the whole thing.
Pretty stupid for you to threaten me with a knife for the same
It's
reason.
just a pie. I was eating an apple. I think you're paranoid. I will say, though, And I know you don't give up easy. So the next time you try something like this, you should know. I'll be ready.
The next time, maybe you won't see it coming.
Oh! I see everything, Blair.
I've been worried.
About me?
Your cell phone was turned off. Where have you been all night?
Well, let's just say I don't think I'm going to be getting a hard time from Blair again anytime soon.
What do you mean? What did you do? Todd?
Got any... Dry sack, here we go.
Please tell me you didn't do anything stupid.
What? I never do anything stupid. I just paid a little visit to Blair, that's all. You want some of this?
Tell me you didn't threaten her.
I did. You know, she scares so good.
You idiot! After all, I never do anything stupid. You want to know when you do something stupid? Every time you get near Blair.
This is how you talk to me? Your husband? You haven't seen me all evening?
Listen to me. I'm not speaking to you as your wife. I'm speaking to you as your lawyer. Stay away from that woman.
You know, I don't think you're speaking to me as my lawyer because lawyers don't get jealous. And that's what this is about, isn't it? You're jealous of Blair.
I put up with a lot to make sure that Star is safe and secure in this house. But you just crossed a big line.
Oh, I don't know. It looks to me like I just hit a nerve.
Look, I know you're furious that Blair tried to steal your paper. Well, welcome to the world of business. Suck it up and be more careful. And most important, avoid Blair at all costs. I don't care how good it feels to stick it to her. Any contact means trouble, okay? What do you think the social worker's gonna say when she hears that you went over there and threatened Blair?
Hey, Blair broke into my office. She raided my computer. Or she can't accuse me without implicating herself.
Now you're a legal expert?
Whatever. Look, I didn't even really threaten her.
Which means what?
Look, I just wanted Blair to know that she can't mess with me and get away with it.
The most docile house pet, if frightened enough, will attack. And Blair is hardly a docile house pet. If she's scared, she's lethal. Take it from me.
I was just trying to protect my interests, our interests.
Fine. Be vigilant about the paper, about Star, about anything else. Just let go of the revenge.
No.
What will it take to get through to you, Todd?
Look, Blair knows how important the sun is to me. More than anybody, Blair knows how important that paper is.
It's a thing, Todd. Worst comes to worst, you get yourself another toy.
Next to Star, the sun is the most important thing in my life. Now, Blair knows that, and that's why she went after it, and I need her to know that there are consequences. She is going to pay. She owes me now.
And what about the consequences for you? For me? For Star, huh?
I pay you too much money for you to be second-guessing me.
Did you really go over to Blair's because of the Sun deal? Or do you just get off on intimidating women?
What are you doing?
Should be fairly obvious. I'm pacing.
This room's good for that, right? You know, before you redecorated, I had this room specifically designed just for pacing.
Damn it, what am I going to do about you?
I don't know. Probably nothing nobody's done before. Only worse.
You wouldn't know this, of course, but I hardly slept last night.
You're right, I wouldn't know that, see? I slept like a baby.
I bet you did. I bet you just drifted right off. Feeling much better after having rattled your saber at Blair.
Wasn't a saber, it was just a little Swiss Army knife.
What?
Nothing. Kidding.
Yes, we all know what a great kidder you are.
Okay, what's wrong with you this morning, Delgado?
The same thing that was wrong with me last night. You don't know when to say when, Todd. We'd achieved our goal. We'd stopped Blair in her tracks. That should have been enough for you. Was for me. Oh, but not for Todd Manning. You had to go and what, scare the wits out of her?
Blair doesn't have any wits. Look, all I did was explain to her in a way that even she could understand that she can't take another shot at me or at Star or at the sun.
But what you refuse to grasp is that by doing so, you gave her additional ammunition.
Okay. I get that. What do you want?
I think I made a mistake. And I guess I made another by coming here. No, Kelly, don't go. Don't go. Come on in. What happened? I had a real bad night.
Seems to be a lot of that going around.
You were upset about Ian? I'm upset about coming over here the way I did, spilling Blair's plans. Look, I don't know how Ian is going to react to this. I guess I was just really mad, and I acted on an impulse, and now I'm having second thoughts.
Yeah? So what?
Look, I can understand that, but you know, an impulse can simply be an instinct for doing the right thing. I think that's why you turned up here in the first place, okay? And you didn't blurt it right out, remember? You made a choice, and you acted to stop Blair, not to hurt Ian.
Oh, second thoughts, third thoughts, whatever. It's all over now. I did what I had to do.
What did you do? What Todd means is that we had a meeting with the staff of the Sun, and we got them to stay by appealing to their economic interests.
Yeah, what Taya means is that we had to pay them off. It cost me a pretty penny.
In other words, we made a very generous counteroffer, which was accepted.
No, in other words, Blair got the shaft. Whoop-de-doo, Blair got the shaft because it was Blair's shaft to begin with. Now, I'm sure that your boyfriend is going to be real upset about what happened, but I think he's going to take it out on Blair, not on you.
What happens to Blair now?
Who cares?
Because we're not interested in revenge, okay? The last thing we want is to start a run of one-ups and dirty tricks where everyone winds up losing. So this should be the end of it, right?
Yeah, I love a happy ending, don't you?
Blair, Kelly, you did the right thing, okay? It's good that you came. In the end, everyone benefits. I hope so. Listen, I would appreciate it if you don't tell Ian what I did.
Why would I bother?
Or Blair.
I have nothing to say to Blair.
Poor kid.
What kid would that be?
The very lovely and really rather innocent young woman who left here a little while ago.
Kelly? The Kramers don't do innocent.
Compared to Blair, she is. Come on, you have to admit, it must be tough to be Blair's cousin.
You're the one that goes on and on and on and on and on about family. Shouldn't Kelly be glad that she's got a family?
Cut it out. Nobody's lucky to be caught in the middle of Kramer craziness.
You know, you muster sympathy for the darndest things. The Kramers, okay? All of them. They manufacture their own craziness. Kelly wouldn't be in this pickle if she didn't barge in here ranting and raving about Blair's really bad plan.
And you wouldn't have your papers securely tied down. You are unbelievable.
What, like I couldn't handle that little mutiny all by myself?
Not without shooting yourself in both feet, which you almost did anyway. If I hadn't knocked the gun out of your hands, I should say your mouth.
Oh, so now you're going to take credit for that save, huh? Or is that just because of this new, really annoying habit you've developed of stepping in and telling people what I really mean, like you've done for the last half an hour?
You'd better be very glad that I do that.
You know, I hate to disappoint you, Delgado, but thinking for me and speaking for me was not in your original job description. Look, you have your way of handling things, and I have my way of handling things. Okay, you're a lawyer, and that means you're a mouthpiece, but that doesn't mean that you have to take everything so literally.
Aye.
Hey, I was doing just fine before I met you. Okay, look, the point is that you're being a nudge, okay? You're being a nudgy nudge, and you're nudging in on my territory.
Well, if I weren't such a nudge, you wouldn't have any territory left.
Oh, and you always have to be right, huh? Look, haven't you ever heard of boundaries? And I'm the one that doesn't know when to say when.
Look, there are boundaries, and then there are brick walls. All you're doing is retreating behind yours. Maybe I could understand that if the lines weren't so arbitrary, but I've spent half of my life fighting phony restrictions and invisible regulations.
What does that have to do with anything? Look, this has got nothing to do with the ills of society or ethnic whatever. This is about you minding your own business, right? People do that. People get that. I mind my own business most of the time. But you, why can't you? Well, no, why can't you? And waya can't you be more like me?
I see what you're getting at now. Why can't Taya be more like a Todd? Todd is so honest and never a clod.
Yeah, whatever you just said.
Uh-huh.